are getting scratched, people getting choked.
We're at the bottom of the stairs and it's going off and it will not stop going off.
Yes, rocks. Rocks are getting thrown at us.
And it grabbed my arm, real rough, and he just held on. I had to pull away from it.
We're Amy and Adam, and this is Kindred Spirits Inside the Investigation.
This investigation takes place at Hales Bar Dam in Haletown, Tennessee.
We're helping Jeff,
Yep.
and Jeff is a marina owner, and he also conducts all the tours at Hales Bar and Marina. It's a pretty well-known haunted place, and we had been there before in the past.
Right.
We'd had some pretty profound experiences there, so we were excited to get back.
When we were there before, we encountered what we thought was Native American activity. This ground is sacred to the tribes that had been there before the dam. So going back, we assumed that possibly we were going to encounter what we had experienced in the past. And little did we know that the activity that we were going to experience was definitely more intense than what we had expected.
Now there's things that are going on up there now too.
Second floor is real crazy. Now we saw on this little ledge was a shadow figure. And a lot of people are getting scratched, people getting choked.
There was an experience that Jeff had up in the office area in the dam, and it was like in the bathroom section, and he saw a shadow figure. It was very staticky, and it reached out and grabbed his arm.
Yeah, it's a pulsating static, and I stood my ground and went to push it, and it had a quick pulse of the static towards me, and it grabbed my arm, and it was like cold brick and real rough, and he just held on. I had to pull away from it.
Many people had attributed the activity that was happening at Hales Bar and Marina to Dragon Canoe, which he was a Native American who basically cursed the land. We think we were interacting with a Native American entity who felt like they had a stake to that land, but it wasn't necessarily due to the curse, and it wasn't necessarily Dragon Canoe. It was whoever it could have, I mean, it was some sort of warrior or someone who felt like they still needed to defend that land to this day.
And I remember standing on the balcony of the back part of this dam. We were pushing the boundaries of being on that side of the dam in a space where it was sacred to Native Americans, and we were staring at what appeared to be something that was in human form, and then something slaps me in the face.
See? Okay. Did somebody just get thrown at you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Rock.
Yes, rocks. Rocks are getting thrown at us.
And so I'm trying to rationalize it, and again, you know, there comes a point where I can't rationalize it. It's very rare. I mean, being touched is one thing, but you know, having something come at you in that forceful way, it was definitely a sign of like, okay, well, wake up. Whatever we're doing needs to stop. So I think, you know, us calling in a Cherokee shaman,
Right.
having that person come in, give us their thoughts and feelings from their standpoint about what's going on in that space, and blessing it and making an offering.
Grandfather, creator, the two-legged, four-legged, the winged ones, the plant people, the rock people, and the water people. We humbly come to you and ask for your protection as we leave here. We came in a good way, taking only answers and memories and leaving only footsteps. For our ancestors and the protectors here, oh great one, we leave these offerings. So this is just like a gift that we're doing.
Having focused on the Native American aspect and sort of wrapping our head around that, we had to get down to what Jeff was feeling and why the activity was happening in this new space and in this new area.
It was strange activity in that what kind of upset it was when things were out of place. You know, if somebody left trash upstairs,
Right.
it would cause this entity to react. So it was almost like it wanted order in the space, and that was what kind of made it react. So those were the kind of experiments we did while we were there.
We brought out every single thing that we could. We were using the REM pod up on the top floor of that newly renovated space, and we set up the camera with the REM pod on the floor, and we left trash. I hear it.
It's the trash. Hi, I'm back. Sorry, we forgot our trash. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna grab it, okay? Sorry. We'll make sure to take it out with us.
The REM pod basically works as, it reads electromagnetic field. So if anything got near it, if we got near it, if we touched it, it goes off. And nobody is up there except for this trash that we left. And we're at the bottom of the stairs and it's going off and it will not stop going off.
So I literally walk up and I pick up the trash, and as soon as I leave the room, the REM pod stops going off.
And again, it correlates to activity that Jeff was experiencing. And you know, it all boils down to history and research.
It did.
I found something that I think makes a lot of sense. There was an entire riot where 3 African American men were killed. What? Yeah. All because there was a rumor that a black man was going to have a position where he was going to manage white men.
I think one of the most important things we can do in an investigation is research. And sometimes it brings to light paranormal things and it helps us understand what happened. But in this case, it brought to light some very historical things that had happened on the site of Hales Bar that people, I don't think, even knew happened there, and they weren't talking about it today. And I know that Jeff did not know about it.
Building 2 feels like it has a lot of activity from those workers who basically never left.
So can I ask you a question about that? Do you think they're liking me keeping cleaned up?
Oh, yeah.
For them to watch you coming through and trying to make it something again, they like that.
He was so moved. He was moved to tears because he had felt such an affinity towards this ghost, this entity, and now it all came full circle, and it made so much sense to him why this person had such an attachment to the building and why they were taking care of it and why they were looking out for him, but at the same time being standoffish. And I think it's always important when we do this to humanize these ghosts. Like, you have to remember who you're dealing with. You know, it's fun to think about ghosts and they're so spooky and scary, but then when you start putting, you know, a person behind it, it just takes on a whole new meaning. And it was a very delicate ending, a very delicate case, but I feel like now there's so many answers in that space, and it was so much deeper than just going and finding ghosts. So much more went on there that week.
Thanks for watching, and keep up with Kindred Spirits and more behind-the-scenes action on Travel Channel Go.